Hey guys, it's Skybeard here, and today we're going to be taking a look at another bootleg review. This time we're looking at Kopaka Nuva from Bela. That is the brand that we're looking at. If you guys have seen my previous reviews on Bela products, I'm not a huge fan. There are some interesting recolors sometimes, but in terms of the quality control is all over the place. And I can actually show you a piece from another set. Oop, and I bumped the tripod, that's fine. That I do like, which I will show you off in the end of the video. But, yeah, for the most part, their stuff is very hit or miss. It's very obvious that this brand's ethics, I guess you could say, are questionable at best because it's obvious that they were very much into jumping on the bandwagon of Bionicle and the hype of Bionicle without actually putting in the effort that's required for these pieces. At the end of the day, in order to build a Lego product, the tolerances usually need to be pretty good. And well, let's just say that this is not super high quality here. These joints are very fragile. So what I can say for sure is that the quality control isn't great. In terms of fragility, the ball sockets on these things basically explode on sight. And the color is inconsistent as well. So you can see that on these socket pieces, they're translucent kind of, I guess, transparent brown, transparent black, somewhere in there, smoky kind of color, which the hand is also supposed to be that color, but it's actually so opaque that it's basically like a deep brownish gray. It's a really weird color. And if the piece was, good quality and didn't shatter on impact, then, I mean, it would be an interesting recolor. But knowing that you're never going to get that piece in every set is a bit of a misfortune. That said, there are basically one notable recolor in the set. So the legs, the arms all look like they would be standard dark bluish gray, but they're not. They're very slightly darker than that. However, they also don't match the dark gray that I've seen from some bootleg sets, the very dark bluish gray color from those. So it's kind of a weird, I don't know, hybrid of them. And not only that, the consistency isn't great. So you can see in this leg here, there's a metallic texture, but it's only in this location. The rest of the leg is completely gray, so I'm not sure if they were trying to give it, like, mix in a glitter to it maybe, or if they just wanted to go with dark gray and something, happened. Very clearly, they didn't design a very good mixture at the very least. This leg also has a little bit of that as well in the same kind of area. So I'm guessing because it looks like it was molded somewhere in this area before that area was cut out. But it's looking like the mixture wasn't like fully mixed. There's a little bit of a glitter on the knee there and then basically nowhere else. So if those had been a good quality with a solid color, those would be some really cool recolors. Same with this arm here as well, which, whoo boy, you can kind of see the treble starting to crop itself up. But on top of that, they kind of put mold marks in the most inopportune places. The leg holes here, there's a lot of flashing still left over, which is like the leftover plastic edges and stuff. They're not sanded or anything like that, which is really, really annoying. The most interesting piece on the set is definitely the mask, and let me just show you this head right now because if that tells you the quality of the sets, aside from this arm that keeps popping off its axle and this arm that doesn't push all the way in, I don't know what will. You can see flashing here is very noticeable around these holes. This armor just kind of wants to fall off. Everything wants to fall off. That goes without saying. The eye color looks interesting, but it's like sickly blue. Like, it looks like it's poisonous, to be honest. I wouldn't honestly be surprised if any of this stuff is super toxic. But the reason I pointed out this piece here is because it's not standard white. However, unfortunately, they did put the mold mark on the outside. I don't know why they would do that. There's definitely marks all over the inside as well because the mold they made for this is not great. But you'd think they would want to mold it from the inside so that the outside would be untouched because this is definitely the best piece in the set. I say that because it's not white. It is thoque white or thoque white, whatever color you want to call that. So 2006, the Kopaka, thoque, however you pronounce that, set. It is a very close match to that color, which would be really cool. That's a rare color that not many pieces were made in. Unfortunately, yeah, that mold mark leaves a lot to be desired, and so you'd have to basically sand that down and try and sand it smooth. Alongside that, the whole area around the lens there is really not well sanded. And I know that, like, this mask, you know, some of the area around the eye also isn't super smooth. Basically, it looks like it's hand sanded in a way, or hand polished, which I think gives the Toa Nuva masks their main aesthetic. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to see here at the very least. Unfortunately, none of the other pieces match that color, so it's not like you're getting Toa feet in that Thoque white or Mata body in that color, which is a missed opportunity for sure. But even if you were, the quality on those pieces is so poor. The flashing and everything is so bad. Basically, the only piece that's like noteworthy and of quality on the set, in terms of the mold, is the arm's not terrible here. Yeah, it's not terrible. And then the shield here, which is maybe closer to dark bluish gray, isn't terrible either, but the back side of the shield is entirely sanded. So you can definitely see that. That definitely shows up on camera. So yeah, what are my overall opinions on this guy? Don't do it. It's torture. And yeah, it's pretty bad, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to capture the color, which is not going to come over too well on video, but yeah, in terms of the quality of everything, none of it's good. This arm is okay, but it needs a lot of sanding if you were going to clean it up. You could try peroxide to maybe brighten the color a bit, but I don't know if you'd ever get to this color, or bleach even. You could possibly try that. So I did want to go ahead and point out that Bela sometimes makes interesting pieces. I have a pair of Toa Metru arms that are Mata Red from Bela brand, which is pretty interesting to say the least. Another piece that I actually just got recently are these Toa Metru feet in Mata Red as well. I can't say it's a exact match for the color. I haven't checked yet, but in terms of the mold on it, it's good. It's got a little bit of, like, you know, stuff you can kind of pick off around the plastic flashing around the edges, but not nearly as much as anything to this degree. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting set. I'll say that much. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, it would make me very happy if you liked and subscribed, as it helps out the channel a lot, of course. And you guys can, of course, also find my information if you need to get a hold of me for whatever reason. My Discord link, my Instagram link, all that stuff will be down in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.